Don't you feel left behind when students come up to you and they tell you all about Snapchat or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, even if they're using Facebook, even LinkedIn sometimes, or Twitter or X or whatever we're calling that now? Sometimes they come up and they're like, oh my gosh, I created this awesome TikTok, or did you see this TikTok? Or I bought this on TikTok. I mean, it's going so quickly. Now we have generative AI. And by the way, a lot of these platforms are considered generative AI because they will generate something for you just like that. We as educators tend to get left behind all the time. We know that because in the late 1900s, when the internet just hit us by storm and kids could Google things, they could find research quickly, they could create their essays online, copy, cut, and paste, and they would turn it in. We knew it was plagiarism, but they didn't because we didn't teach them about plagiarism, or we didn't even teach them how to use the tool. What are we going to do when it comes to generative AI? How are we going to help students learn this? Well, I know some of you are like, okay, way too much. I don't even care about it. The kids will learn it. I'm good. But you know that if you're not getting in front of teaching children how to use even social media, they do whatever they want. And I had a friend once say, you know, I'm letting my young children get on social media. And this was maybe 10 years ago. And I'm like, really? Like, you're letting them on social media? Like, have you taught them about safety? Have you talked to them about the birds and the bees? They're like, no, 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 I'm going to wait for that. Well, if you don't teach them about things, then somebody else is. So if you don't teach them what you want them to know, and then you say, oh, free for all social media and even generative AI, they're going to go learn it on their own. So here's the thing with generative AI, we as educators need to learn it so that when students start talking about it, or they're using it to write their essays, and you know good and well that they are not that perfect the first time, how do we argue that they did the work if we don't know if they really did the work or not? I know some of you are like, it's okay. I'm just going to have them write it all out, every essay, please. They're going to figure out how to do it. And even if it gave them ideas on how to organize themselves, they're going to figure out how to use it, because those of you that taught that one math class, whether it was calculus or whatever science concept it was, and they found the test online and they memorized all the answers because the test was already online, they are going to get smart enough to do it. So what can we do to get in front of it? We can go on YouTube, learn all about generative AI. But for those of you that are like, I don't have time for that, please help me. I did create a very quick course that can help you. Yes, it's fun. And I did it because I wanted to get in front of it and really learn about it. So over the last, year and a half, since generative AI came out, ChatGPT specifically, in November of 2022, I have been prompting and having fun. For me, it's fun. For some of you, it's like, I'm good. I don't want to. But we are doing our students a disservice if we don't learn how to do it. I would even argue we're doing them a disservice if we're not teaching them how to read and write and integrating content and all those things. So let me just show it to you. It's a quick snapshot. If you're like, I don't care about it, just, forward, move on. I'm okay with that. But if you're curious, just take a moment, take some notes, and you can actually go to some of my former YouTube videos and learn how to prompt engineering, whatever that is, or Google ChatGPT's prompt engineering. You can learn it all by yourself. But if you want to get a little bit organized, let me help you. Here is the course. It was so much fun to create. It was a learning experience, but here it is. You can have a lot of fun. You can do this at your own pace. My opinion, you can be done with this in 4 weeks. You can do it in 3 months. You can do it in 6 months. You will have the whole year to take your time. And yes, periodically, I will be adding things. I will chat with you in the course, and I will be doing some live sessions at least once a month on the weekend so that you can ask me direct questions like, I don't even know where to begin, those kind of things. But you'll be able to begin here, and it will get you started. Like, you get started, how to create an account. You can Google that, of course. 5-minute mastery lessons, like things you can do quickly. They're fun. GPT and prompting. I gave you a synopsis of what prompting is based on generative AI's platform. You can read it. I don't know, it's probably 100 pages or more, but I was able to go through that and read it and give you an outline of how to prompt and what that looks like. And then a little bit about OpenAI. You can find this one also online if you want. Then ChatGPT safety for educators. And then what does the Department of Education say about generative AI? And the basics, like what can you do with ChatGPT? How to create media, syllabi, handouts, creating letters for your families and parents, and creating guided questions for conversations at back to school night or teacher conferences, and then the ethics and equity of ChatGPT, and then some additional resources that you can choose to get if you want. So this is something that I really am excited about, and that is because we as educators need to get in front of it. So I made it simple for you. I implore you, if you are not somebody that's like, I don't need a course, I can do it, at least go on to ChatGPT's website, openai.chatgpt.com, or Google it, or you can go to my YouTube channel or just check out YouTube and see how it can benefit you by at least having the background knowledge of using ChatGPT for yourself. I am not saying you should put this in front of students because ChatGPT, generative AI, or any other platform like OpenAI, Gemini, Perplexity, you name it, Copilot, they want students to be 18 or older. And this is because you don't know what students are going to put in it. And if your district isn't using an enterprise platform where it's safe for students to put information in, students will put anything in it. You know that because a lot of districts around the United States are using what's called a gaggle alert. That's a platform. And they're doing that because students might say things online and it might have a word like knife in it, or I feeling like hurting myself. Well, ChatGPT, the open source, is taking all that information, but it doesn't know how to counsel your child. If the district has purchased it and they have given kids the privilege of using this and parents have approved of it, I recommend that, of course. But if you are a district leader, you certainly want to work with lawyers and making sure that you are mitigating how this could be you want to make sure it's safe for students and you're abiding by FERPA, things like that. But this is a place for you as a teacher, you as a principal. How can it benefit me so that I can become more proficient in how I use it, so that when students get in front of it, and it will be one day available for them, you will be ahead of the game. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you comment and subscribe and like. Tell me what you're doing with generative AI and other things that are generative AI, because you use your cell phone and you talk and it's text to speech or speech to speech, and that too is generative AI. Thank you so much for watching.